Welcome back, my friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer, so now let's talk silver. We have a lot to break down in this video, folks. A lot has happened over the last couple days regarding silver's price, and most importantly, I want to focus on what silver is about to do after all of this. I mean, yesterday silver rallied after CPI data came out. We also have Citibank saying that silver is going to shine next year, but first, it's going to drop back down. And yesterday, Citibank actually said it could drop back down to $16 or $17 before rebounding. But this article that actually just came out today is talking about silver likely dropping back down from Commerce Bank. And I want to see what they have to say, because if you watched my video yesterday, Citibank is actually extremely bullish on silver next year. But they also, as Commerce Bank, think that silver's price is going to drop. How low? Who knows? But I also wanted to make this video to ensure you all that when silver's price goes down, it doesn't mean the end of the world. It doesn't mean that silver is going to stay down forever, as a lot of people think. A lot of people are going to panic sell. And I want people to understand that prices go up and down. That's with any investment. You buy low, sell high. So if prices are going to be low, that means it's a perfect entry point, and maybe even one of the last good prices we could be buying silver for a long time, if ever. I mean, when you think about premiums and what's happening in the economy in the next couple of years, how crazy things are going to get, also incorporating that with silver's price, this might be one of the last entry points, especially as, the holidays is usually a bearish time for silver. So it's a perfect opportunity to take advantage of these low prices. So with that said, we have a lot to talk about. We're going to go over silver's price. This is the 1 month chart. You can see it has risen dramatically. So things are looking up right now. Let's see why they think silver's price is going to drop. So, link to these articles will be in the description. Let's talk silver. So precious metals prices have recovered of late, but silver could suffer a setback if the Silver Institute factors the high ETF outflows into its forecast, and that's what strategists at Commerce Bank said. Risk of setback on the silver market. Next week could see the Silver Institute spark gloomier sentiment again. For one thing, it will probably not be quite as optimistic about the global physical silver demand as it was back in the spring. Accordingly, the supply gap will presumably no longer be quite as high. And for another thing, silver ETFs have been registering sizable outflows since the early summer, which could even overcompensate for the deficit. Now, they said at the end, silver's likely to drop back again somewhat against this backdrop. So, with all that said, people are going to be thinking that, hey, things are starting to return to normal after all this chaos and all the, because I call the Silver Institute the holy grail of information, right? That when their numbers come out, there's nothing above them, right? That's what all these other articles are going to get their information from, is the Silver Institute. So people are speculating that, and like they said, if the Silver Institute comes out and sparks gloomier sentiment, that could push prices even lower. So we know that silver demand isn't going to slow down. It's only going to speed up every single year. I mean, solar panel production sped up, or solar panel demand at least sped up 15% this year alone. We know by 2030, every automobile company is going to be electric. I mean, we're advancing so fast digitally and technologically. I don't see how we'll be able to keep up with that type of demand, even if we can close the gap today. I mean, when I talk about the silver shortage, this is something that is just starting. It hasn't even really started yet, as we're just starting into the Green New Deal, right? This is something in the next 5 to 10 years, which is going to really push silver higher. But as people look at it from a very micro perspective, from the month-to-month the month-to-month numbers, it's not going to make sense yet, right? I don't see silver hitting triple digits till 2025, 2026, right? Imagine in 3-4 years from now how much different things are going to be. What will the demand look like then? We exceeded 1.112 billion ounces this year. I mean, up record highs over the years. It's only getting bigger. and production I've never seen cover anything over 1 billion ounces. And actually it's only around 850 million ounces, and that's very high. So regardless, right now, and it's interesting actually. I want to point this out. This is why Commerce Bank says silver prices would drop when the Silver Institute comes out next week. But then we also have Citibank coming out and saying that silver prices are going to drop maybe down to $16, $17 before rebounding, but they don't incorporate anything that Commerce Bank just says. Right? Silver Institute is talking about something much more different. So you're seeing that there is a lot of speculation, even going into the gold to silver ratio, India demand, which is crazy, up 80% this year. There's a lot happening. You can't take forecasts or price predictions or even trying to predict what's going to happen in the economy or numbers. You can't take them very seriously. You have to take it very lightly. I do know one thing though, if silver's price is going lower, I'll just be buying more of it. And I really want you guys to also understand that if it goes down to $16, it doesn't mean it's going to stay at $16 forever. It's going to go from 16 back up to 19, then down to 17, then up to 22, and then down to 19, and then up to 25, maybe down to 23. It just goes up and down, up and down. If you hold while it's low, you won't lose money. But a surefire way to lose money is if you sell while it's low. Buy low, sell high. Don't buy high, sell low. So let's look at this article. This is the important one I wanted to look at because this is what directly pushed prices up as of yesterday. As you can see right now, here's the 1 week chart. Here's the 1 day chart. Kind of crazy. This is kind of what we're talking about right here. But regardless, you can see over the last month, there's been a gradual price increase. So let's look at this. Silver markets have rallied rather significantly during the trading session on Thursday, which is yesterday, after the CPI numbers in America came out at 0.4% month over month, lower than the anticipated 0.6% over month. So here's a technical breakdown. I know some of you guys aren't into the technicals, some of you guys are. I'm not really, but I still cover it on my channel because I want everyone to get their dose of what's happening. I'm always going to cover the newest, latest, freshest, most up-to-date, recent information in the world of precious metals, more specifically regarding silver. So I'm going to give you guys that. If you did want to subscribe, I highly recommend it. We're about to hit 70,000 subscribers, or actually we're about to hit 69,000 subscribers on the road to 70. So yeah, I post daily stuff. Silver rallied rather significantly during the trading session on Thursday, threatening that $22 level after CPI figures came out at 0.4% month over month instead of the anticipated 0.6%. This immediately had traders thinking about how the Federal Reserve was going to slow down interest rate hikes, and therefore everything went bullish as far as risk appetite is concerned. See, at this point, it's probably worth taking a look at the $22 level as a significant ceiling in the market. I mean, there's going to be a lot of resistance at those levels, even that psychological aspect. So the question now is whether or not we can break over that level and continue to go higher. And every time we have a strong resistance, there's a lot of resistance at a price, and it breaks above that, it's going to go into overbought territory, right? If it breaks above 22, it's probably going to go to 24 or something. That's overbought territory. Then it's going to correct back downwards, right? It's called a correction because it's actually healthy for it to go back down. You don't want it to just go up, 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 up. But regardless, that's what would probably happen if we broke above that. I still think it's a bit of a stretch, mainly due to the fact that demand is almost certainly going to be falling off a cliff. This is a knee-jerk reaction to what's going on in the US dollar, so it's not that we can't go higher. It's just that we still have a lot of work to do to truly break out. And I love that they mentioned it like that, because there is a lot of work. Now, the work is going to fall into itself. I mean, it's inevitable, but regardless, you can't look at it from the micro. You got to step back. You got to be in this for the long run. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. And if you're emotionally invested and you don't understand the prices when they're low, or why is silver still $20, a couple months from now, thinking it's going to be 50 or 100, you're in this for the wrong reason. You have unrealistic expectations, and you're going to lose a lot of money. Granted, the last couple of days has been very positive, but there are several Federal Reserve speakers coming out in the next couple of days that could throw volatility back into the market as well. Global demand for silver will be somewhat contingent on the economy being healthy, which is something it clearly is not at the moment. Because of this, I think this rally is more likely than not going to fail. On the other hand, if we break above the $22 level, there is no point in fighting it. On a pullback, I would anticipate the 200-day EMA could attract a certain amount of attention. It's very interesting how these two different articles, actually three different articles, going from this to this to this, all have different reasons, but if you incorporate them all, are pretty spot on. I mean, this one is more so going along the lines with this one that was talking about demand, right? The demand slowing down, and then this one is kind of on its own. I mean, it's interesting how there's so many different points to break down, but altogether, it's like the perfect storm is kind of happening, and that storm isn't here yet. I think it's going to be a couple of years. Some people say a lot sooner, but regardless, silver stackers always get the last laugh, and I can guarantee that. Now, anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to hit the like button. We're on the path of 100,000 subscribers. Help me get there. Tell your friends, your family, your neighbors, your other YouTube account you have, your mom, everyone. Tell them to subscribe to this channel. Let's hit 100K. Let's do it. We can do it. It's huge accomplishment, and I never thought I would get there, and I appreciate all the support. If you want to buy silver, highly recommend you send an email to the email address in the bottom left-hand corner. That's Miles Franklin, one of the only few authorized dealers. Great company, Andy Scheckman, which I'm sure you've seen him on my channel. He's the CEO. Building a business relationship with them can be very beneficial for many different reasons. And I'm honored to be able to offer you that company. So yeah, let him know Silver Slayer sent you. Like I said, the link to these articles will be in the description. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. This was Silver Slayer. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.